TalesFromYourServer, episode 14. Tourists, stop asking your servers about traumatic events like Katrina. I serve tables in New Orleans. People asking stuff like, were you here during Katrina, and what was it like during Katrina, is something I experience at least monthly, if not weekly at my job. I was born and raised down here, so I did live through Katrina, but I hate talking about it. It gives me anxiety and turns me off when I'm at work. Typically I will try to be polite and just say something like, I don't want to talk about that, thanks. But other nights, when I'm feeling spicy, I'll immediately reply with, are your grandparents still alive? Are any of your family dead? See how uncomfortable that question is? I have passed tables to other servers over this, and a few years ago I even had a table ask, where can we see damage from Katrina? I told them, fuck off, go eat somewhere else. Tonight, a server who isn't from here had that question asked of her. It just got me thinking, how do people think it is okay to ask about such a personal thing to someone they literally met 5 minutes ago? Does this happen in New York too? Do people ask about 9/11 to their servers? Guys, people died during these things. These events were horrible to happen, causing suffering on a grand scale. Regardless of your curiosity, there are actual people behind the smiles of your servers, and those people may have been seriously affected by this event. I had a friend that would have panic attacks if she saw the Superdome, or if you even mentioned Katrina. Maybe some people are comfortable talking about it, but no, I do not want to talk about it. I don't even want to fucking think about it, nonetheless talk about it. Stop bringing shit like that up to people you barely know. Keep the fucking conversation light while being served. Round edit for clarity. Edit 11 hours later, if you are one of the people commenting, how can people be this shitty? Sort by controversial and look at the gleaming examples of shit people that act like this. If your kid makes a complete mess, then please have the decency to help clean up. I understand that kids are messy, and I don't mind a messy table. But taking about food all over the floor, kids' chair/furniture being left disgusting, and food on the walls. If you clean up the mess your kid does at home, then why not at a restaurant? I'm not your babysitter. Plus, how are you okay with eating with noodles hanging from the wall? So I appreciate parents who bring disposable tablecloths for their babies and try to clean up a little bit. They don't have to do everything, but come on, it's so rude to leave your kid's gross mess for someone else to clean. Turned away a big top, now I'm in trouble. On mobile, sorry for formatting, like the title says, I turned away a group of 20 at 9:30 p.m. They came in with no call or anything. I've been serving a long time, but it was just me and another server on, and I was the supervisor last night too. On top of that, the other girl had a full section, and I was already working with a 12 top. We also only had 3 kitchen staff on. They apparently called the owners, and they in turn told me it's bad for business and next time seat them and give them free APs to placate them, but they are not at all happy with my decision. Yikes. My toddler isn't the best to take out to eat. I'm a bartender. I know when the younger kids just can't handle going out. Especially my own toddler. Don't get me wrong, I love that little girl. She's a busybody and today couldn't sit still, nor be reasonably quiet. A few trips to the bathroom to have a talk, one stop to the lobster tank, and a few pleading but thankful looks from the lunch crowd that saw I was trying to keep control of the situation not happening. Got the keys and waited in the truck for 20 minutes with her until everyone was finished. There was a ridiculous all-you-can-eat deal. Ate my food at the house, eventually. Aggravated but glad I did the right thing. Cold crab legs, and I didn't even get to finish my wine. Sigh. At least my sweet server who told me she has 4 kids added a few extra freebies in my tequila bag. Waited on 2 teenagers with their mom on her birthday. I work at a casual upscale restaurant where it's not super outrageously expensive, but it is pricey enough that most guests come to celebrate something, so I'm lighting candles for literally almost every table. Last night I had a 3-top with a mom and her 2 teenage kids. The hosts mentioned to me that it's her birthday. They order calamari, and once they started eating, I noticed right away that her kids were just sitting there shoveling food in their mouths with their eyes glued to their phones. She was just sitting there staring into space eating. No conversation whatsoever. Once their food arrived, she had me take a picture of them, and her kids could barely put on a fake smile. She was insanely polite to me, so I don't understand. Maybe their family dynamic is different or something else was going on, but it bummed me out so much. I'm 24, so it's not like I wasn't a teenager when cell phones existed, but I really have more respect for family time than that, especially if it were one of my parents' birthdays. I really didn't hear them talk the entire time. Anyway, I know this isn't a crazy story or anything, but it did kind of ruin my night. Maybe I'm just used to happy families and people excited to celebrate, and it just bummed me out that her kids couldn't put away their phones and spend quality time with her on her birthday, not to mention she was paying for their meal. Oh my gosh, there is a terrible woman here, but unbeknownst to her, corporate is sitting right here in the restaurant watching her flip out. I'm not a server, but I'm pretty sure this story will please you all. I'm picking up chocolate chip pancakes for my son at my local Slam Specials diner. A lady is freaking out about her order taking 30 minutes and the other people being served ahead of her, which was absolutely not true. Then she starts demanding everyone's names and corporate's number. I'm shaking my head and reassure the server and hostess that they are doing great and to not worry, I will be sending an email to corporate explaining the situation. Then I sit to wait for my order, and a guy, very casually dressed, sitting on the bench where you wait for to-go orders, looks at me and says in a low voice, "It's okay, I'm actually from corporate." Ha. She also thinks I took a photo of her and is ranting to the manager about calling the police, and why is he taking her side, meaning me. She's treating the poor manager like he's a therapist, just ranting for the entire 20 minutes I've been here. Why don't they just kick her out? I have so much respect for you servers and managers at these chains. Steve, the next time you want to berate a server for a slight breach of high society etiquette, remember, you're a burrito peddler, fuckboy. A question for the people who work at reservation recommended type places. So, I work in a place that strictly does not accept call aheads or reservation. We are walk-in only. No exceptions. However, I get a slew of phone calls every day from people trying to make a reservation for a group of people, 6+, a mere few hours in advance. Is this common? Am I the only one who thinks it's absolutely bonkers that people think a restaurant who is very busy all the time could accommodate large groups of people on such short notice, and that they are definitely the only ones who have thought to do this, so there must be a table available? Like, if you were fully booked and someone tried to pull this, what is your response? Help lol, lucky for me, I get to shoot them down, but they still try to argue for call ahead, which is just a short notice ***king reservation. Customers choose closely off seating. These 20-year-olds went into the back room of the restaurant, even though it was closed with the light off. So they walked past the barricade, turned the light back on, and sat down where they wanted. It's literally closed for a reason, and everyone else in the building was respectful enough to not go to that side. This isn't even the first time they've done it either. I'm pretty sure they did it the last time it happened too. Who has the audacity to think they can do whatever they want? I ended up staying about 40 minutes later because they set my whole process behind. Bad day at work, and then entitled customer makes my coworker cry. Not too bad of a situation, but definitely annoying and something I never encountered. Sorry for the mobile formatting ek. Entitled customer A, coworker dealing with ek B, X original server. Our sushi restaurant closes at 9:30 and this couple, probably in their 50s, walks in almost 9 PM and B takes their order. 6 California rolls and a salmon teriyaki. Pretty normal order, as we have customers that regularly order 3 to 4 rolls for themselves, even though our serving is more than average. B is cut at 9 PM and leaves, and since we have a tip pool it doesn't matter who's serving what table, so leaving, even when you have tables you started serving, is okay. A runs their food to the table and all hell breaks loose. We did not order this many rolls. I said 6 California rolls. A. This is 6 California rolls, 1 roll is 8 PC. Eck. Well, I meant 6 pieces. What kind of person would eat this many rolls? A. Sorry, but it is common that our customers order 3 rolls for themselves. The girl that took your order probably assumed that it's 3 for you and 3 for your husband. Eck. Take it back now. This is happening around 9:20. Our last call is 9:20. Kitchen and sushi bar are closing down. Not sure if this is common for my fellow servers that work in a sushi restaurant, but it is so difficult sending food back in my resto. The owners are not the type to calm food or anything. As a waitress, if your customer is the one that made the mistake, you have to make them keep it. Otherwise, our managers get really upset with us. A. I'm so sorry, I can't take it back because our sushi bar is actually closed down now, and because your server did double check your order, I can't return it. Eck. Listen. I know I made a mistake. I said the wrong thing and it's my fault. So, I'll take 3 and throw out the other 3. A. I really can't throw these away. We can pack it to go for you, and it will still be good to eat for tomorrow if you keep it refrigerated. Eck. I order 6 rolls at this other sushi place and they know to give me 6 pieces. Why would I order this many? A. I'm sorry, but ordering here, 1 roll is 8 pieces and we could cut it up into 6 pieces, but you have to specify between roll and piece, because we take our orders by the whole roll, not each individual piece. Eck. Okay, I made the mistake of ordering all these rolls. But listen to me, she's yelling all this while pointing her finger at A. I'm the customer and you are the server. As the customer, I am always right. I'll eat all these rolls, but I'm not paying for it. I was so baffled at what this customer just said, she went to our manager, and he got so mad that X spoke to A like that. He dealt with it and just threw away the other 3 rolls and X had to keep 3. My coworker called me right after her shift to cry. Funny thing about this is, I just quit to move on to a different restaurant. I can't continue working for this restaurant because they train you to argue back with customers to ensure that the restaurant keeps all the profit / doesn't waste food. They don't keep customer satisfaction as their priority, and that's why shit like this happens. Today I was supposed to be working, but because I quit, I still have the end of July here. My manager scheduled someone else to work in my stead so that they can get used to working my shifts, and this story was just the tip of the iceberg. Today's shift was apparently such a train wreck. To be honest, I'm not angry with the customer, because any place that values customers would have no problem taking back the 5 rolls, even if it was the customer's mistake. I'm just really angry at what they said about how they're always right even though they just admitted they were at fault.